David, your comment to me yesterday that I was no longer being kind was extremely helpful to me. No, profoundly helpful to me. Thoughts like kindness and charity have long been more than troubling for me, but I haven't gotten as close as I did yesterday to putting my finger on it. We are mammals. We are mammals. Higher or lower species, depending upon how one might look at it. Mammals are environmental adaptive machines. That's how they survive. They are so neurologically attuned, and they so neurologically attune themselves to the environment that they are one with it, and as near as we can tell, they don't have the ability to detach from that. They don't have the neurological capacity, whatever circuits are involved, in understanding themselves as separate from the environment, let alone superior to the environment. And of course, we humans do. And somehow, mercifully, so-called primitive humans, Aboriginal species, Aboriginal tribes, before they get corrupted, don't know how to understand themselves. And that's a wonderful thing. As separate from the environment and the life exchange with the environment. And then comes complex humans, these last. And we have developed cultures that wind up being our trainers, that train us. We are not mammals. And it's not that that's the message, but that's what they do. They train us that we are not mammals. We are not hardwired into the life exchange with the environment. That we can, and even that it's right to become life extractors from the environment. Not exchangers, but extractors. And we can look around us and see how that's working out. In a way, I'm sharing this with you, David, out of respect. You got me further down this track with your comment yesterday, which is very helpful. I am not inviting a reply. I am not inviting a dialogue, and I'm not expecting you will have listened to this far, and certainly not listened deeply with a willingness to learn if there's something here to be learned. Because you haven't done that up until now from what I can see. You hear what I say, you put it into some box you already have. It's not safe and nice, safe and secure. No threat of it expanding your understanding, as your comment to me expanded my understanding yesterday. You don't seem to do that. I think enough of you to tell you this, because I think you could transcend what I'm saying if it is substantially correct. And I think you would be more joyful for it. Anyway, back to what I was sharing. Other mammal species and Aboriginal tribes have not gained the capacity to transcend their mammalianness, which in ourselves we call our humanity. We don't create our humanity. We destroy within ourselves our humanity, but we don't create it any more than we created our eyesight, or our hearing, or our sense of smell. They are DNA-given capacities. So when thinking it virtue, we turn our children into environment exploiters, not life exchangers with the environment. That is a fundamentally different way of being. It is the way of being where inhumanity is a virtue. Non-humanity, anti-humanity is a virtue. But in many of us, less so those at the top of the culture who get there exactly by being the most expert at being anti-humane, starting with that which is inside of them. In far too many of us, to their liking, there are vestiges of our DNA-given humanity left, and unless they are sufficiently anesthetized with harmless outlets, they might cause the humanity to become reawakened. And that is a central role of kindness. It is a meaningless subset of our humanity, which is goodness, righteousness, solidarity, forgiveness, understanding, as in deep understanding of living systems and what it means for metabolism to be in a joyful, alive state, something that our anti-human cultures care nothing about. Well, they care a lot about it. They understand intuitively, without any deep understanding, that it is a threat, that anti-humanity is vulnerable. It requires hosts in whom the DNA-given humanity is all but dead, comatose, as anesthetized as they possibly can make it.